Hey, I'm Matt, and I'm headed to work, which is my life. But this message is for society in general, aka civilians. You know, is this really the world that I offered to lay my life down in defense of as a United States Marine? Civilians, you really need to go to Arlington National Cemetery and go to DFWs and just any veteran you see, and you need to apologize to them. Okay? Go to the VA. Go to the VA where the disabled veterans are going there and apologize that they have those injuries. That they have those injuries to protect you and all the stupid crap y'all do. I mean, seriously. Seriously. For one thing, y'all, call all veterans crazy just because of the fact that you're a veteran. And you tell us, hey, veterans, they only joined the military because they weren't smart enough to go to college. Really? Really? So, no. Matter of fact, some of the smartest people I have ever known, including my buddy, who him and I joined the Marine Corps together, went to high school together. This guy spoke 5 or 6 different languages. Okay? Honor course is everything. I mean, he could have had his pick of colleges. And he joined the Marine Corps. So, yeah. But it's just the stupid crap y'all do. I mean, a guy at a light staring me down and flipping me off, so I roll down my window, my wife's with me, and he just starts screaming at my wife, calling her all these names, and every time I tried to say something to him, like, hey, do we need to settle this? What's going on? And he just starts screaming about how I can't control my blankety blank, even though he cut me off in the middle of an intersection and was driving like a piece of crap. And then he kept saying, okay, well, follow me and we'll pull over. So I'm like, okay. Well, then he cuts off several vehicles and just takes off. And then, so I'm just going along, and he cuts me off again and starts giving me the finger and yelling stuff out. So we get to a stoplight. So I get out to ask him, I'm like, okay, what's your problem? Well, he then runs the red light, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Of course, then I got to hear about it from my wife, about why'd you let him say stuff like that? And I'm like, oh. But seriously, civilians, you need to go to Arlington National Cemetery, get down on your knees and apologize that those fine young men and women gave their lives for you to be a stupid idiot. All this stuff, protesting the exact same thing that you're demanding to have. Okay, you're protesting fascism and socialism and communism and all that. Yet if you listen to what you're demanding to have fascism and communism and socialism. Yet you're protesting that, saying, we're a fascist country, yet you want a fascist country. I don't get it. And if being a veteran with these ideas, that the person next to you is more important than you. If you're doing a job, you're doing as a team. If one person in that team does not complete their goal, then nobody completed their goal. And you're to help everybody out. Your responsibility is not to look after yourself in the military. Your responsibility is look after the guy next to you. Okay? Yet we get in the civilian world and everyone's about me, I. Screw you. Okay, so you finished your job, so that means I can go take my 15-minute break, which is really more like a 45-minute break, and then whenever I come back, and the supervisor says to me, how come I didn't finish this? Or how come you didn't get finished? You'll be like, oh, well, so-and-so finished. He should have finished his work. He should have finished mine. You know, and then yet you call veterans dysfunctional when we believe in teamwork. We believe in taking care of each other. We believe in being there for each other. You know what, civilians? Their idea of being there for you is seeing you're having a hard time, asking if everything's okay, and you go, well, I'm just really in a rough spot right now. Well, what's going on? And then you tell them what's going on, and before you know it, they run around to everyone in the building to tell what's going on with you. And not only that, they embellish and add. And then you have civilians who are getting online, looking up your address, looking up all this stuff, seeing if they can find any dirt on you, and then going to work and telling everyone, making up stories, telling everyone all this stuff. It's like, really? It's like, are you really the person who every single serviceman and woman, reminder, we do not have a draft anymore, so every single person who's in the military is willing in the military. They volunteered to be in the military. Okay? And they knew exactly what was going to happen. When I signed up, it was peacetime. But I knew if war came, I would be in. And I re-enlisted after 9/11. Okay? After 9/11 happened, I re-enlisted. Okay? 9/11 happened, I believe, was it my first year in the Marine Corps? It was my second physical year, but I believe it was still within my first full year. So, yeah. And then after another 2.5, 3 years, I re-enlisted to stay in. While deployed overseas, I re-enlisted. So, every single person in the military today chose to be in the military. They chose to be in the military. And are you the type of person, are you the type of U.S. citizen, are you the type of civilian worth them volunteering for? Because when they come home, they get made fun of. If they get made fun of, that if a loud noise happens, they get startled and turn around and look towards the noise. Okay? They get made fun of. Okay? Or they get made fun of if they're just kind of over there by themselves, just doing their job. They get made fun of and called antisocial. Okay? Or if they go into the cafeteria and move a table to where their back's up against the wall, move a table, 5 feet, so their back's up against the wall, then you make fun of them. Okay? And you make fun of them for, and then all of that, the supervisors take advantage of them. I tell the supervisors, hey, I'm here to do whatever you want. And this is an exact quote that I told the supervisor. The supervisor asked me, hey, how would you like to go over here? And I looked at him and said, my job is to complete tasks. Your job is to give me the task. I said, I will go and do whatever you need me to do. Okay? Yet, I now have to work 12 days in a row because an individual wanted a 3-day weekend on Labor Day. Okay, wanted a 3-day weekend on Labor Day, so there was someone out of my section. So the supervisor went into the system, changed my days off from Sunday, Monday to Thursday, Friday, which he cannot do without providing me with a form stating that I was getting a change of schedule and me signing it. I believe it's like a 1,300 and something form. Okay? And he changed my days off just so he could have me work on the holiday and my 2 days off. Changed my days off in the system. And when I asked him about it, he was told, well, quit making it personal, just go along with the flow. And I'm like, okay, but why? And then he told me that he put me on there to cover for an individual who wanted 3 days off. And I'm like, so I now have to work 12 straight days to include both of my days off because another individual wanted a 3-day weekend. And he basically said, he goes, yeah, you're just going to have to deal with it. And I'm like, but you changed my days off. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, is this the type of world? And I even told him, I was like, look, the guy you see before you right now with his shirt half drenched in sweat, that guy's gone. Because if I'm having to work 12 straight days and completely flip everything around and not see my son, except for maybe, see my youngest son and my oldest son, not see my sons, my 2 sons that are at home, maybe 5 minutes every couple days, and, do all that just because someone doesn't even do their job when they are there, wants to have 3 days off, yet it's okay, I can do it, And then not only that, I'm working 2-man jobs that are extremely physical, dealing with oversized packages, 2-man jobs, doing, a 2-man job by myself, never once get offered any help. I have to go and ask for a break relief, and half the time I get told, oh, well, you're just going to have to take your break later. But you know what? I'm now like every other individual. Civilians, if you say veterans are dysfunctional for holding themselves to a higher standard, then if that's a dysfunctional veteran, I will be a functional civilian. Okay? I will take my breaks on the minute. I don't care what's going on. I will take my breaks on the minute. I will take my lunch on the minute. No more looking at my watch and saying, oh crap, or my phone, the time on my phone, saying, oh crap, I'm already 9 hours into my 8-hour shift and I still haven't taken a lunch yet. I might want to go take that. And then having a supervisor go, oh, well, what are you doing? You're staying overtime, so you need to do this. And I'm like, honestly, I've had a break in the last 9 hours. Okay, well, I'll put you in for no lunch. Really? So, civilians, seriously, you need to go to Arlington National Cemetery, get down on your knees, and apologize that those men and women, fine, upstanding men and women who gladly served this country, who took pride in the fact that they stood up when nobody else would, you need to go and apologize to them for not being worth fighting for.